The security checkpoint at Fort Bragg hummed with its usual morning routine as Private Jake Morrison checked IDs with the mechanical precision of someone who'd done this 1,000 times before. At 22, he'd been stationed at the gate for 6 months. Long enough to feel confident, short enough to still think he knew everything. If you've ever been judged by your appearance, you'll want to hear what happens next. But first, if you're enjoying this story, smash that like button and subscribe. We share incredible true stories like this every week. Now let's see how a simple ID check changed everything. The sun was barely cresting the horizon when an ancient sedan pulled up to the gate. Its paint faded, and one headlight held in place with what looked like duct tape. Behind the wheel sat a man who appeared to be in his 80s, wearing a worn cardigan over a faded shirt, his white hair uncombed and wild. Morrison's partner, Corporal Davies, nudged him. "Check out Grandpa. Probably looking for the VA clinic and got lost." The old man rolled down his window with a hand crank, the screech of metal on metal making Morrison wince. He held out an ID card, his fingers trembling slightly. Morrison took it, and his eyebrows shot up. "Sir, this ID expired in 1973. That's over 50 years ago." "It shouldn't have expired," the old man said quietly, his voice rough like gravel. "That's a lifetime access credential." Davies leaned over, squinting at the card. "Dude, look at this thing. It doesn't even have a barcode. It's literally a piece of laminated paper with a black and white photo." He started laughing. "What is this? A prop from a museum?" "I need to get to Building 7, the old man insisted, his jaw tightening. "It's important." Morrison handed the card back. "Sir, I don't know where you got this, but you can't enter this base with an ID from the Nixon administration. You need to turn around and contact the proper authorities if you have legitimate business here." "You don't understand," the old man said, and for the first time, there was an edge to his voice. "I need to speak with General Patterson today. It concerns Project Nightfall." Davies burst out laughing. "Project Nightfall? What is that, something from a Call of Duty game?" "Sir, with all due respect, you need to leave before we have to call the MPs." Other guards had gathered now, drawn by the commotion. Someone pulled out their phone, snapping a picture. "This is going on the group chat," one of them muttered. "Guys, check out this vintage ID. I think it's older than my parents." The old man's hands gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. Morrison could see something in his eyes, now not confusion or senility, but a deep, weary frustration. "My name is Colonel Richard Vance. Service number 7-3-2-9-4-6-5. I was read into programs that most of the people on this base don't even know exist." "Sure you were, Colonel," Davies said, making air quotes around the rank. "And I'm secretly the president. Sir, you need to move your vehicle now, or we will have it towed." This is where everything changes. If you're still watching, drop a comment telling us about a time when you witnessed someone being completely wrong about another. Person Morrison was reaching for his radio to call for backup when the security computer behind them began emitting a sound none of them had ever heard before. A high-pitched alarm that seemed to cut through the morning air like a knife. The screen flashed red, then black, and displayed text in white letters. "Priority Alpha clearance detected. Notify command immediately." Every guard froze. Morrison stared at the screen, his mouth dry. "What the hell is Priority Alpha?" The computer continued. "Subject: Vance, Richard T. Colonel. U.S. Army Intelligence. Clearance level: Cosmic Top Secret. Do not detain. Do not delay. Contact General Patterson." Immediately, the phone in the guard shack started ringing. Not the regular line, the red phone that Morrison had been told never rings, unless there's a national emergency or a direct call from the Pentagon. Davies picked it up, his hand shaking. "Gate 3, Corporal Davies speaking." His face went white as he listened. "Yes, sir." "Yes, General." "Right away, sir." He hung up and turned to Morrison. That was General Patterson himself. "He's on his way here," he said, and I quote, "If anyone has delayed or disrespected Colonel Vance, they should start praying now." The color drained from Morrison's face. He looked at the old man in the battered sedan who sat patiently, his expression unchanged. "Sir, I apologize." "We didn't know, you didn't ask," Colonel Vance said simply. "You saw an old man in an old car with an old ID and made assumptions? I've been coming to this base since before most of you were born. I helped design half the security protocols you use. That ID card you mocked? It's printed on material that doesn't exist anymore, with security features that modern scanners can't even detect. It was made to last forever because men like me earned the right to walk through these gates for the rest of our lives." 3 black SUVs came screaming up to the gate, lights flashing. General Patterson himself emerged from the lead vehicle, a 2-star general in full uniform, moving faster than Morrison thought possible for a man his age. He went straight to Colonel Vance's window and saluted sharply. "Colonel Vance, sir, I apologize for this delay. When I got the alert that you were at my gate, I couldn't believe it. Your call yesterday said you had information about Nightfall? Is it confirmed?" Vance nodded slowly. "It's confirmed, General. The encryption we thought would hold for another decade has been compromised. I decoded the intercept myself last night. We need to implement Protocol 7 immediately." Patterson's face went grim. "Get in my vehicle, sir. We need to move now." He turned to Morrison and Davies, his eyes like ice. "You too. My office. After I'm done with the Colonel, pray that I'm in a forgiving mood." As the SUVs escorted Colonel Vance through the gate, the old man paused long enough to look back at Morrison. There was no anger in his eyes, no satisfaction in being proven right. Just that same tired sadness. "Learn from this, son," he said quietly. "Every person you meet is carrying a story you can't see. Some of us carry secrets that could change the world. Treat everyone with respect, not because of their rank or their appearance, but because it's the right thing to do." The convoy disappeared into the base, leaving Morrison standing at the gate, his career possibly over, but his perspective forever changed. He looked down at the logbook where he'd almost written, turned away confused elderly civilian, and felt his hands shake. Davies put a hand on his shoulder. "We really screwed up, didn't we?" "Yeah," Morrison whispered. "We really did." This story is a powerful reminder that we should never judge someone by their appearance or dismiss them because they seem out of place. Behind every person is a story we know nothing about. If this moved you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more incredible stories about unsung heroes and the lessons they teach us. Have you ever misjudged someone and learned an important lesson? Share your story in the comments below. Let's learn from each other.